Alright, so welcome back to Rome 2 Total War. This is a playthrough of House Cornelia. Just to get a quick recap of what we're doing here, we can click on this screen here just to see House Cornelia. The Cornelia are among the most illustrious of Roman families, giving rise to the more consuls, generals and statesmen than any other. So we get cultural assimilation, so it's minus 50% public order penalties due to the presence of foreign cultures, and that is just as well. You can see here that two of our parties, House of Julia and House of Papiria, are both bigots. Rather, House Julia is currently led by Julius Libo, and Julius Libo is a bigot. However, House Julia itself is not. It doesn't like barbarians, certainly doesn't want us doing deals with barbarians, and they're also expansionists. So both of these traits work well together, because in a moment I'll show you what we've been doing is we're now going to be, our next campaign is marching north of Italy into the lands of barbarians and expanding our territory to the north, so we'll go over that in a moment. So House Julia, they currently have 14 loyalty, but they're going to like me a lot more than that fairly soon. And then House Papiria, their bigotry is actually deep-seated, so it's actually a house trait, not just the trait of this leader. This leader, Gaius Volumnius Crassus, is actually not very nice. He's got a thirst for power, and because of that, his loyalty is incredibly low. So if we look at him as a person, so I think if we go on the character screen here, we'll see him. He's actually pretty basic. He's got 3 cunning. Now in our household here, we've got we've got this guy, Sextus Vagionius. Sounds like something out of Harry Potter that you would use on well, never mind. So we've got this guy here anyway, and he's got a cunning of 5. So this cunning of 5 means he might be able to assassinate somebody. That is, if you remember, it doesn't tell me there, but I can't remember if you need 2 more or 3 more than cunning than the person you want to try and assassinate in order to succeed. So we may want to try and assassinate Gaius, because yeah, he's not going to be very good for us in House Papiria. And as it turns out, he's only actually, we'll have to go back to this screen, but we can see he's only 22, so he's actually a spring chicken. He's only 22 years old, so he's got many years ahead of him. He's currently a general, as you can see. Now what I want to do is I'll probably take him out of that army. No, that's actually, I've just had a thought. Maybe we'll keep him in that army and we'll put him into some dangerous situations. We might not even need to assassinate him. We'll send him on a difficult campaign in dangerous territory, and it might even end his life. So Apollonia, that's where he is at the moment, and if we go down here, we can see Apollonia is down here on the west coast of Greece. I believe this is called the Aegean, is that right? I'm not sure anyway, but this sea region here. So just to recap again from the previous episode, and just to tell you as well that a reminder actually that objectives are going to be what dictate how this campaign goes, because I'm sticking very rigidly to the objectives. This is exactly what we're going to do. This is dictating exactly what we're going to do, alongside, of course, our political scheme here. Because if our loyalty drops here, then we're going to need to do things to try and improve our loyalty with them. So sending agents on missions here could actually boost us back into the positive with House Papiria, for example. So let's remind ourselves what the objectives are for Chapter 3, which is where we are. So I shall find a way, beloved ruler or dread tyrant, builder or destroyer of civilizations. There are many paths to glory, which will you follow? So for this one, our primary objective here is to control 25 settlements. We currently control 15. Now, that means I've only got 10 settlements to play with there. 10 settlement different, but the majority of our bonus objectives here are to capture settlements. So we're going to be trying to, I want to try and get every single bonus objective here, which means I'm going to have to be careful, because it might inadvertently trigger the primary objective before we have a chance to complete all these. So let's have a look. Italia, of course, we need to hold the entirety of Italia. Magna Graecia. Now Magna Graecia, we're actually in a defensive alliance with Syracuse down here, and they're getting a little bit stronger. They've moved into Carthage. They now control obviously all of Sicily, but they've moved into Carthage, modern day Tunisia, and they've got a foothold in Africa, so they might even get stronger than that. Now I wouldn't have minded that ordinarily, because I thought that if I have an alliance with them, that counts as controlling this province, but apparently not, because it doesn't got a tick next to it, which means in order to complete this particular objective I may have to go to war with Syracuse. So I don't really want them to get much stronger than they are now. And I am planning at some point soon to maybe backstab them a little bit. If I did it now, I mean, it's going to be bad either way, but if I did it now, because I've only just recently signed that agreement with them, then if I go to diplomacy, you can see we're trustworthy at the moment, which is not that great in of itself. I think steadfast is the best, but currently I'm trustworthy. If I was to backstab them now, that would go even further down. In terms of diplomatic treaties, I mean, I don't know how much that would matter because I only have one more treaty, and that is with Macedon over here. So even if I was untrustworthy, I don't think it's going to have a massive impact on the game. Look at that, how beautiful that is with the clouds going across there. Very nice indeed. These are what the clouds looked like back in those days. A little bit different how the clouds look today, but there you go. So yes, so there we go. So let's have a look. We've got Silipina. I'll pronounce it that way, Silipina. Now we are at war up here with the Illyrian Confederation. We took Iada off them, and we've got an army posted there now. You can see that they were taking some losses, but they're recovering quite well, and fairly soon they're going to march north into Silipina, as it happens, Patavium. So they're going to march north. I was a little bit worried. We can't see through the fog of war here, but we can see there's a very small band of Illyrian soldiers here, but they're not really going to do any damage whatsoever. But I have got an army here who's just force march north, and they're going to support and defend the border there as well. We're then going to be going straight into war with the Insubras and also with Massilia as well, because we need to control this northern province as part of this first objective. Second objective, we need to hold at least one settlement down here near where modern day Morocco is now, and in Africa as well. This doesn't count again. I would have thought if I've got an allegiance with Syracuse that would count, but it doesn't. So we need to deal with that. We need to hold at least one settlement up here, down here, and over here. So this is Iberia. So we're going to need to get a foothold in Iberia. I'm fairly sure one of these provinces up here is called Hadashit. I don't know if that's the way you pronounce it, but that's just a side comment. And then down here we've got hold at least one settlement in the following provinces. We've got Provincia, so Massilia. So my plan of action here is basically to march north and then west, and make my way down the coast, conquering as we go. But I just need to be incredibly careful that we don't inadvertently complete that primary objective. So I'll be selective with the provinces that we take. Be at war with the following faction, Macedon. Well, as I just showed you, we've currently got a treaty with Macedon, so I'm going to need to break that treaty in order to fulfill that one as well. So we're actually not going to be very trustworthy by the end of this. Excuse me, and be the overlord of at least one client state. Now, I'm not sure about that either, because, well, I suppose when I conquer the final state of something, they will become my vassal. But it's not gonna. It can't be a barbarian, because we will lose a lot of hates barbarians. The current leader of House Junior is also well, he's an admiral, so he's on our navy, and he hates barbarians as well. So we can't do that. Right, without further ado, let's see what we've got to do here. We've got an army. So at the end of the last episode, this army here, I can't remember where they were. I think they've sailed from Corrales, and we've got our general, I believe, who has received a promotion. Now, I tend to favour, I mean, you can see that this guy's got quite good authority, quite good cunning, and he lacks in zeal. Now, I do tend to go for cunning first, just because I like the extra campaign map movement range. But he does lack in zeal. And down this way, 10% charge bonus for all units in the army. That's actually pretty good. So I think I will just get him warrior. So an army of deer led by a lion is more to be feared than an army of lions led by a deer. There was a lot of like knowledge, good proverbs, just fantastic stuff in history that we've forgotten now, but that's a fantastic quote right there. I'm just going to quickly flick down our agents just to make sure. So this one's not doing anything at the moment. She's not deployed, but that's because she's also on her way up to Patavium so that we can get eyes on that settlement there. We've got an agent down here. She was keeping an eye on Carthage. As it happens, Syracuse is invaded now, so we're going to send her along the coast here to the west so that we can keep an eye on what Carthage is doing, because in the last episode we also went to war with Carthage. Just to re-emphasize that point, that I'm actually following this rigidly, and in the second chapter we didn't need to be at war with Carthage, and so I actually signed a peace agreement with them because I was more focused over here in the east in Greece. We actually went to war with Sparta. We managed to capture Sparta, capture Apollonia, capture Epidamnos, and we did that because it was what we needed to do for the bonus objectives. So there you go, that's why we did that. Nothing in there, of course. If we just have a little skip out, I'll just show you what the situation is with us. When it comes to the political parties here, this is the political party affiliation. You can see House Cornelia, that's us. We control all of Italia. We control some of the provinces down here in Greece. I don't know how you control this. I don't know if the general that conquers these territories, if that's my general in House Cornelia, that we get those. And if it's a different general who conquers something else, they get them. I don't know if that's how it works. But either way, that's the way we can see that it's been divided between the houses currently. So you can see where we are. We've got Sparta, Apollonia. We've got this one up here, which is Epidamnos. We've taken the marble here, so we're getting some good value from trade, because we are trading with Macedonia and Syracuse. And we've got wine. We're soon to have glassware as soon as we take Patavium. We've got olive oil. And yeah, maybe some timber as well, because I think we are going to need to go into Africa. So there you go. I think we can skip the turn now and just move on. So let's begin the first part. I'm not a fantastic player of Rome 2 Total War. I said this before, I'll say it again. I'm not a fantastic player of any games that I play. So I tend to watch people playing on like YouTube, and it's a rarity that they'll lose a fight, you know. It's a rarity that they'll lose anything. They've been playing it that long, they're pretty good. You're not going to get that on this particular channel. It could end any time, because I'm not particularly brilliant at this game. Your concealed agent has been discovered over in, where are we at here? This is Iol. We've got disease spreading on the island of Sicily. Actually, it doesn't seem as if Libya has got any disease. We just seem to have got it at sea, which I suppose could happen back in those days, couldn't it? You often got scurvy at sea. If there's like rats aboard, or if we've run out of food or something like that. So I need to quickly remind myself where my armies are going here. We're no longer at war in the east. We have relative peace in the east. We do have war in the north here. So Aida here, as I say, you can see how our army here is primarily comprised of socio extraordinary. Keeping in mind that we are House Cornelia, so we get minus 50% upkeep costs to auxiliary. That's why I chose House Cornelia. I think it's fantastic. In fact, like I said before, I think this is one of the things I love about the historical titles, particularly Rome 2, that you just don't get in modern, like sort of Warhammer and things like that, where you can go to certain parts of the map, and if you conquer that part of the map, you get unique units that you don't get elsewhere. Now, what I'd like to do is pick up hoplites. We're in Greece. I want to pick up hoplites. The problem is I don't think you can pick up hoplites in this part of Greece. No, you can't, because this is primarily controlled by the barbarians, so you tend to get barbarian type troops. You have to travel south into sort of mainland Greece in order to be able to acquire those hoplites. Down here in Apollonia, you can see that we are getting auxiliary hoplites. So they've got really good defense, fantastic armor and health and all that kind of business, and they can do pikes, like pike walls and things like that. So this army here is going to remain here in Apollonia as it builds up its army. We haven't got a fantastic revenue stream anymore, but that's going to change when we complete all these bonus objectives. So we've got 4 lots of hoplites. I think that's going to do me. I'm going to have 2 battalions of hoplites on each flank. I also like, this is the citizen cavalry. I guess I need to be down in Sparta to get the Tarentine cavalry, which is essentially sort of horse archers, although they're spearmen on horseback. So I think I might send this army south, because we need to build this army up. To get the Sparta, we can go across land by the looks of things. And it's only going to take 1 turn to do that, so let's do that. I was thinking about that. I couldn't remember whether I actually had. Let's see if we can get. I didn't realise our relationship was so bad actually with Athens.
Greetings. Well,
hello.
Do not stand there mute as though with the tongue cut from your head. Speak.
Now, you know, Sparta and Athens were arch enemies. I took out Sparta, so I kind of assumed that my relationship with these was better than it is. I said there's relative peace in the East, but that's not necessarily going to last. Non-aggression pact, they're not interested in. I mean, our power here is, our balance of power, we're much more powerful than they are. I would have thought that would have given us some leeway. Military access, they're not interested in that either. So we're not going to get any joy with Athens. In fact, this army here, led by Volumnia. Now, this incidentally is the general I was referring to. We need to get rid of this guy. So what I might do is I'll build this army up and I'll send it at war with Athens, and we might need to wipe Athens out. Now, keep in mind that one of our bonus objectives is also to wipe out Macedonia. So we may well use this general. I don't want him to get too much fame, too much gravitas, because I don't want him. He's only 22. He's got his life ahead of him. But I could put him into some tricky. I don't know if that's cheating. I don't know if that's considered cheating, because if I go into a battle with him, I could just charge him headlong into the enemy, and that's like, he wouldn't really do that though, would he? It's like he hasn't got a mind of his own in that case. So I don't know if I could possibly do that. But anyway, that's something to consider. That's something to consider. This army was on the border here, if you remember. So they've gone to the beach, they've taken sail, and they've sailed south. Actually, it doesn't look like that is that army, because it's got far more troops in there. So that's an Illyrian confederation. They could easily just launch an assault on any of these. It's pretty unguarded at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this navy here, and I'm going to put it onto a double time, and we're going to see if we can dock in Brundisium, just to keep a military. Now, yeah, we do have plague here. I don't really want to send this ship back to Corella. We're not going to dock anywhere, because we certainly don't want to spread that plague anywhere. We're at war with Carthage down here, and we are going to need a sort of military presence in this area, just in case Carthage. Let's double time it back into Mediterranean. Is that pronounced? So we're going to keep them at sea. They're going to be just docked, sort of anchored offshore, because we don't want to risk any disease getting into a dangerous place. I think I am going to have to raise another army now. So let's take a look at our political screen. Lucius Julius Libo is currently a general in Araminium. So he's the one that's going to now march north across the northern border of Italy. We've got a general here. Yep, that's the one I've just mentioned. He's in Greece. We've got this admiral, and he's on his way to Brundisium. Let's have a look at my characters here. There's my faction leader. He's in Assinia. Now, I think that is... yeah, that's over here, isn't it? Is it? This army is Cornelia Scipio. Yeah, so he is our faction leader. So he's also going to march north. Now, he's the one at sea. I think he's the one that's got the plague. Now, I could start another... Let's have a look. Now, this guy's pretty good, but I want him as a politician, because I'm fairly sure... Although he's no good to me... and this is the guy I was going to assassinate, and he's over in Greece, so he's not going to be able to assassinate anybody. I'll tell you what, let's just... well, let's see what we can give here. We've got a couple of things. I could give him a couple of things here, like... I could give him a heroic triarii and maybe send him, give him his own army. Yeah, I could give him a quartermaster, personal tutor. Let's give him a personal tutor just to increase his gravitas per turn. The family spirits guard every respectful son from harm. I think he is going to be pretty important to me. He's only 22 as well. So let's give him... well, let's give him a watch goose. Everybody needs a watch goose. It's free to upgrade him. Look, he hasn't got any upgrades at the moment. So let's give him a military tribune. I don't know if that's going to reduce... yes, it is going to reduce loyalty in the other parties. This is getting a little bit... I think we need to do something subversive, so I'm just going to quickly go in here. And what I'll do is I'll move our agent past Iol. And then what I'll do is I'll tell it to steal some food. And if we have another quick look at this, it's still -3. Let's see what that is next turn. Let's see what that is next turn, just to see if it's made any difference. And here we are now in the north. We're going to send our agent north. Batavium are in no position to put up any kind of resistance. Unfortunately, we can't reach them on this turn, so we're just going to march to the border. And we're going to set up camp. You can see here we're not a full stack, but Rome currently doesn't have any military apparatus. Speaking of which, I've just remembered that we do have some... We don't want slums building over here, so let's see. So Aedo over here, as you expect, they have a lot of industry going on. There's not much of a bonus to industry. Let's see if we can boost industry a little bit. So if I build a consecrated shrine and then did the Shrine of Vulcan, we'd get plus 5% industry. This one here gives plus 5% to culture, plus 4%. So we're going to have the Shrine of Vulcan, and this is going to give us entertainment and culture. So we'd also want to try and boost that as well. So let's have a temple. We've already got Latin culture, and it's on the increase, so I don't think we have to worry about that too much. And let's have some pit mines. And I'm just going to quickly flick through the others here just to make sure I'm not missing any, because I don't want slums to appear. Our food situation is pretty good at the moment. We've got a positive 22. You can see down here in Hellas, we've got Sparta. And I think that's it. This is a different one, isn't it, Apollonia? Yeah, so down in Sparta, they actually have to import their food because they're not producing anything. We're currently building a Shrine of Mars because it's going to be a lot of troops coming out of here. It's heavily industrial as well, so we're going to continue. I don't think we're going to build any agricultural. In fact, I think that means that because Sparta's so small, we can't actually build anything else there anyway. So there you go. War declared. We've got Massiliani in Subris up in the north there, so they are now at war with each other. This army here, I'll march a little bit north, just to the border, but I don't want to go so far that that they will be able to just sail and take Aida. I want them to be fearful because we've still got a force there. Construction report. So we've built the workshop in Corollas, and then we'll have a look at Sparta in a moment. So we've got a workshop here now, so we can actually start building ballistas there, so some siege equipment. As soon as this plague dies down, they're going to dock in Corollas and they're going to fill up. We'll probably get rid of, I don't know, we'll probably get rid of one of these auxiliary infantries and we'll get a couple of ballistas there. Yeah, we also got the auxiliary barracks in Sparta. So if we look at this now, we can actually recruit Tarentine cavalry, and that's important. That's what we're going to do here. Household expands. Yeah, we saw that. Our hidden agent, we got that. Trait. So military tribune, yeah, that was the guy who is currently a politician. Political intrigue has developed. Is this because, what is this? Oh, that's just because I promoted him, basically. Right, I think that's it, so we'll end turn. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. We've got one more turn and then we're going to finish our...
This is what I offer for my people, as blessed by the gods. Think carefully and be prudent.
Yeah, next time we're going to finish our tech development research. Diplomacy, so they want 170 gold and they'll give me military access. So there's no point doing that. At the moment, we've got a non-aggression pact and we've got a trade agreement. When I'm in a position to do so, I'll be cancelling those. When we come close to the end of our war with Athens, we're not at war with Athens yet, but we obviously soon will be. And when we come close to the end of that is when I'll terminate those agreements. And then we'll march north and take Macedonia. Can't remember which one. But they want
this morsel now. Like a wolf at the door. Perhaps you will go find better hunting somewhere else.
Unfortunately for them, that's not going to be the case. I mean, that is nice, isn't it? A little bit of gold, but that's not going to happen because we definitely want to be taking securing northern Italy. Rampant piracy. So we've got some pretty good. We've got a shipwright. I think we've got the docks now as well. So I could actually start recruiting some of these pirates. I don't think we're having any issues with trade, so there's no point hunting them. I might as well recruit them, and then we can recruit some pirates onto our ships. Political intrigue. So we can see here that we have got a +2 zeal. So I think this is because our kid has finished. Yeah, there we go. Intrigue educated. So we'll have a look at that in a moment. Our veteran has increased in rank just in time for marching north. That's our son who's just been finished his education. So let's have a quick look at that. So here are our characters. I think it's this one. So Marcus Cornelius Flavus. He's 17. He's just finished, and look at his zeal. So his zeal is impressive. That's what he's just. That's what he's been able to develop it throughout his education. I could boost his cunning a little bit. So zeal. I'm trying to remember. These are his natural skills. I guess these have got nothing to do with zeal, or have they? This is not zeal, is it? Honesty is a man's watchword. So +2 cultural influence, reduce corruption, and he can inspire troops. So he seems like these are his traits. So he's diplomatic, a good ear for languages. He's a blessing, as is a winning manner. So he can he's gonna get a lot of gravitas because he's diplomatic. And increased income from trade. He's actually fantastic. He's he's going to be a very he's going to have a very fruitful future. This particular son of ours. Now let's see. I want to try and increase +2 loyalty for the target party and +2 gravitas for him as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to send a gift. Now this character's party loyalty is too low. So what I could do is I could secure loyalty. Negotiate with party leaders to secure their continued loyalty to the regime. I mean, when I get rid of this guy, we're not going to have any issues. So I don't think we'll do that just yet, because I don't think we're going to have any issues. I don't want to lose nearly 1,500 gold, frankly. So, yeah. What I'd be tempted to do is give this army to my new son, and then try and assassinate him back when he returns to Rome. That's another option that we've got available to us as well. Let's see, could I do that? I could do that. I could replace him. He's not going to be too happy about that. There's Marcus Cornelius Flavus. So I could give my son an army. Let's put him on horseback. Now, I'm not sure what that does for the... still -3. But there he is. He's thirst for power. I don't want him to become too famous, like I said before. Right, let's set up camp in northern Sparta. Northern Hellas, or whatever the hell. Yeah, northern Sparta. And let's recruit some Tarentine cavalry. I think 4 of them would be nice. And that's all we're going to take from Sparta, and then he's going to sail over to Brundisium and get our front line done. And then we'll be coming back, and then we'll deal with Athens and Macedonia. Where did that army go? He's still hanging around up north there, so I think we might even... This is a navy, and I believe the navy is going to be much stronger than this army at sea. So let's double time it. Now, I hope I haven't made a mistake there. I hope this army isn't strong enough to wipe out this navy. I'm certainly not very good at naval battles, so hopefully that's not what this leads to, although that would make a bit more entertainment value, I suppose, wouldn't it? So another army has appeared here, but I don't think it's going to do anything for them. I think we're now going to move into our first battle. I'll just quickly take care of some admin here. So first of all, let's have a look. Increased defense. I think that's always a good one. Misclick. That meant to be tech. So we've just researched supply reforms. So this means that we can now get our auxiliary barracks. So I guess we've just done that one there. So we could improve our navy. Or plus 15% missile damage for all land units. Now we are just about to recruit Tarentine cavalry, so that would be a good one. But I also think that we need to focus a little bit more on the civil side of things as well. Oh, I do also want to try and get a field engineer's workshop so I can get trebuchets. Look at this, we haven't done anything for the economy yet, so I think it would be a good idea to start looking into our economy, because we haven't done anything there whatsoever. Yeah, this army's not really going to be needed for support until we go to war here. So without further ado, I'm just going to quick save. I like quick saving because you never know when it's going to misclick or whatever, but I'm not going to abuse that. Doesn't look like there's any walls or anything like that here, so there's nothing like that to worry about. Let's just march straight in. Now, what I was doing previously, I was auto-resolving, but only if it was above 90%. We're not going to get above 90% here, so this is why we're going to go in for manual assault. It's not going to be a difficult fight, I don't think. Famous last words. I think it's probably going to be a pretty easy fight, but because it's not above 90%, I'm not going to auto-resolve. So, yeah, just for future reference, above 90 is probably going to be an auto-resolve. It's dry, so we'll just go straight in. I just think there was clearly just far more effort made with Rome 2 Total War than there was with, say, even Warhammer 3. When it comes to the settlements, the fact that you can have hybrid battles with like ships coming in and land battles as well, it's just far better in my opinion. The unit to unit interactions with the models, it's just a no-brainer. Now, it looks as if our troops here, for example, like if I had like archers and stuff like that, then I might even start using some of the formations here as well, because that's another fantastic feature, I think, of Rome 2 Total War, the formations. But as it happens, we don't have any missile troops or anything like our spearmen. So I think I'm just gonna... These look like our anti-cav troops, but also shock troops, and then we've got our troops at the back there that are going to deal with the archers. So let's move our troops up so we can see what because we haven't got eyes on any of the. Oh, there they are. Let's pull these ones up as well. Let's walk. We'll just walk our general up. Enemy reinforcements are coming in from the northeast. Northwest. They're quite far away. I don't think they've got any cavalry, so I don't really think I need to worry too much about that. I mean, they look fantastic, these socio extraordinary. And these are auxiliary, so like minus 50% to upkeep to get them. And the thing is, as well as, I think even just the effort made with the unit models, I'm just a big fan, as you can tell, of firstly of the historical titles, but particularly of Rome 2 Total War. We have got some missile troops. I'm going to bring them around there, and I'm also going to do the same here as well.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Yeah, those spearmen are not really going to be in. So I'm going to bring these shock troops up here. Oh, they're bringing a few extras, so I'll tell you what, let's bring 3 rounds to this section here. Let's get 4 of them in here. And then let's just have you as a reserve.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Let's try and strike a bit of fear into them a little bit by pulling them into the city itself. Let's just get you charging in. Now what I might do is I might actually pull this unit here just to guard the back. In fact, let's get 2. We're just going to have you there just to guard the rear. And let's get you charging in here. Okay, the missile units seem relatively... Is that a cavalry unit? No. In fact, the barbarians, they rarely field cavalry, do they? They do sometimes, but it's not as common. That's an opportunity for our shock troops to get involved. They're going to be looking for some kind of... now, is this a speed? Now, these are hoplites, so that would be a big mistake. Let's charge into the rear. Yeah, that would be a big mistake to get involved with the hoplites. In fact, a lot of the troops down here are spear. Let's pull you in. Now, I'm not going to... I'm not going to pursue them there. Alright, we'll get the charge bonus in there. Let's get our cavalry back through here. Let's have them push up. In fact, the general in his hoplite. In fact, let's get you up there like that. No, let's bring the shock cavalry this way. Just try and mow them down a little bit. The hoplites are coming in, so let's pull this unit back. I've lost track of my my shock. Where are they? Yeah, you. I need to pull you back a little bit because you're a little bit too close to some spearmen. No, that's all right. Let's pull you over here now. Let's pull you over here. Nope. I don't know what these spearmen are doing. Our troops seem to be holding quite well. We've got 2 units there, so I'm going to get rid of that threat of having the hoplites there once and for all. And I'm going to bring these into the rear. Now that they're covering the back up there, these guys are moving up there, so we can safely bring our cavalry in here as well. Let's bring our shock troops forward to do a rear charge now. We haven't needed these, so that's all right. So might be lucky enough to get some animations. Oh, we've just lost a horseman there. That didn't look good, so let's try and get them back out. And we'll just charge our troops in instead. I think they did the job. Now, what I wouldn't mind doing is there a way to get up there? Yeah, we could make our way through the village. Fuck, I'll do it with these. Get these up there. I think it's more important to have these here. Shock troops charge the rear. Well, that was a bit of a naff charge. Let's see if we can try that again. I think it's going to be a... I think they're all... is this going to be one of those chain routes or something? No, not quite. They're still holding that front line. Just for the hell of it, let's get them charged in now as well. Although, let's send these that way. Right, let's get that second charge. Come on. Get you into a flying wedge as well, just to increase the charge bonus. We've got spearmen closing in over here, so I think we'll pull out while we can. Yeah, they're having second thoughts. give chase. Oh, we did get attacked in the rear here, actually. Let's get that flying wedge into the back of the general.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
And again. Yeah. Might as well just end it there. We only lost 109 and we took out nearly 1,700 of their men, so that was pretty good. Shock cavalry did well, 376 kills with 1. Yeah, the auxiliary, you know, the Socio Extraordinary are just, as the name implies, they're quite extraordinary, in my opinion. The problem is if they have a secondary army just in the fog of war, because that sometimes happens, doesn't it? You'll just see an army just pop out the fog of war and that's it, you're dead. But we're going to take Batavium and the glass.
Is that all? Commander?
I need to remind myself who this general is. It's Julius Libo. So Julius Libo is currently the leader of House of Julia. He is a bigot, which is not significantly affecting their loyalty, but it is affecting their loyalty nonetheless. Political actions -2, I think, is because I give a military tribune to my son. Don't think any of them like that very much. Yeah, political actions -2, so I don't think any of them like that very much. We see that one, look, thirst for power -10. We need to get rid of that. We need to get rid of him. So there you go. So we've got Batavium. We're now going to take over the glass mines. There's a nice little reservoir there, but we have no idea about that yet as Rome. We haven't done any research in terms of sort of waterways or anything like that. Now the auxiliary camp, this will get me access to some troops, but I'm not really a big fan of the troops. Like these auxiliary naked swords, I'm not really. They've got no, you know, their military, their melee defense and health is good. The morale is good. They've got no armor. Charge bonus is good. Yeah, but I just think in terms of, like, you know, the Socio Extraordinary, I just think a superior. Plus the upkeep cost is 100. I think that's quite excessive. So I don't think in the north of Italy here we're really going to have any military buildings. Certainly not any of those anyway. I think we're probably going to more likely deal with the Celtic culture here. That's going to be our primary concern. Yeah, look at this, look, Veneti. They've got an army here, which is quite a significant army. It's a full stack. I don't know what they've got, but in fact, why don't we find out what they've got? Let's send our agent northeast and just see if she can keep an eye on this army. Well, this army is obviously not a threat at the moment at all. Celtic warriors, most of them, they've just come from battle, so the chances are that they're not going to pose much of a threat to me at the moment. So this army here, the Sgestica over here, let's have a quick look at the diplomacy screen and just see. So this is the Brucii, and they are literally a standalone province. They don't have anybody else. They just literally have that one province. They're devious, so they're not the sort of people I want on my borders anyway. The less reliable a faction is, the higher the chance it will turn against its allies if given the opportunity. Well, we're not allies anyway, so I guess that's not really. They're confident though, which means that they're more than happy to go to war if they can. Now they're at war, but they don't have any allies whatsoever. They do have an iron mine, so I'm very tempted, you know, to just send this army to capture Sgestica. Let's march to the border. It would be nice to have an agent in this area. I don't have one. Let's see if we can recruit an agent. We're at our peak as far as agents are concerned, but we can recruit a diplomat. Is that what they're called? I forget the name. So let's see. We've got reduced upkeep costs, reduced recruitment costs, increased tax and reduced upkeep costs, cultural conversion, so that'll be a good one, given the fact that we've got bigots in the political parties. Plus, he can defend himself against hostile. It's either going to be Agrippa or it's going to be Paculus. And I think we're going to go with... Let's have a look. He's already got a champion. That veteran, which means that veteran is unfortunately going to stop us from being able to put the other one in the army. And he's offering some good stuff. So to be honest with you, I think we're going to go with Agrippa. And he is going to just... We're going to deploy him in Northern Iada. And he's going to help us convert our culture. Or at least convert their culture. I'm just going to creep forward. See, again, this is one of those situations where it's going to affect my diplomatic standing, isn't it? But I don't care. They're barbarians, aren't they? So let's move forward. It's completely unguarded. Go on, let's get an iron mine. Like I said before, if it's over 90%, generally I'll auto-resolve. That's 95%, so we'll just auto-resolve this one. Now the problem is, of course, like I say, we've got bigotry within our political parties, and so because of that, well, it's in this case, his bigotry is kind of overridden by the fact that he's an expansionist and he hates barbarians. So he loved that. He's a bigot, so he's not happy with the fact that this province is primarily Celtic. But we're gonna resolve that. So that's fine. So we've got an iron workshop, so we'll get that converted over. We've got a healthy balance at the moment. They have food, but that's because of the stables. Yeah, so it's going to be primarily industrial, so we'll probably build a pit mine, and we'll need to get a temple built so that we can start to convert the culture. And we'll probably build a shrine of Vulcan, so that we can get the bonus to industry. Now that we've got our iron mine, of course, that allows us to... And again, this is a feature I feel is just missing from the Warhammer stuff. Unless I'm missing something. No, can you... maybe you can upgrade troops in Warhammer. I can't remember now anyway. It's going to cost us 1,800. I'm not sure if I actually want to spend that just yet. So anyway, I think that's done. We do have an upgrade here. So our general... keep in mind, this is Cornelia Scipio. So this is actually our faction leader. So let's see. Chance of evading enemy agents. I think that's pretty important. So we're going to give him that one now. And he lacks in cunning and zeal, but they're still pretty good. Morale for all units, reduced unit recruitment cost. Don't think we're going to recruit much more just yet. Shots per minute for all units. We don't have a lot of military. That one's construction costs in the local province. Let's get one of the high level ones here, shall we? So we've got inspire the group. Let's go for that one. Go for that one. So that one is great leader, which he is. So yeah, and we've got access to an iron mine now as well. So our monthly income here, predicted income, has boosted up thanks to the fact that we now have trade. So if we visit the trade screen, we're now trading olive oil, glassware, wine, iron, and marble, and we're trading them with Sardes. I can't remember their pronunciation, and this is a long-term partnership. We've been doing this for quite some time with them, all of them in fact, and it's a sea route. They're all sea routes. We've got a lot of trade coming in from the sea, but we don't actually have much of a navy, so that is something that I'm going to need to focus on a little bit. So maybe we do need to start another fleet. So we took Batavia. And our these guys are the Legio Equestrius. I think that's the name of them. Let's remind ourselves who's in this army. So we've got there's no missile troops again, so there's no point giving them anything like that. I'll tell you what, shall we do siege equipment, so they can 4 shots for siege equipment. Yeah, they can build. I'll tell you what, let's give them unrelenting force, because they are going to need to do some travelling up in northern Italy. Yeah, this force is not really anything I need to be concerned about just yet. Got Sagastagic there. He's going to deploy next turn. What else have we got? Construction complete. So we've built our Shrine of Mars down here. Just in time to build the Tarentine Cavalry, which is... oh, that's what I... Yeah, I definitely want to build the next one because we need Cretan archers. It's a shame that that's going to take 8 turns. So what's going to happen is we're going to upgrade our military buildings here to be able to build Cretan archers. That's what I definitely want. And then as soon as he's got the Tarentine Cavalry, he's going to sail across the Brundisium. He's going to build up an army of Socii Extraordinari, and then he's going to sail back to Sparta, get the Cretan archers, and then probably go straight into Athens. That's the... Over here we've got attrition, which we know about, of course. We've got disease on these ships. As soon as the disease passes, we're going to move into Corrales. We're going to start recruiting more troops, and we're going to get some siege weaponry as well. And that's when I think this army is going to march into Africa. Household expands cunning for Lucretia. I think she must be one of our... where is she? Not you, not you, not you. Not sure where she is. I'm not sure how you quickly see that as well. Oh, there she is. So she's part of House Julia, actually. So she's more cunning now. That's not necessarily good news when it's another party. Let's have a quick look at diplomacy. I feel like we've neglected this a little bit. So we've got the... Obviously, we're not going to be doing any trading or sort of peace deals or anything like that in the north. And to be honest with you, all of the other people, like in Africa and Greece, like Athens, they really don't like us very much. We're now dependable, though. So that's... Yeah, that's just a couple of... Now, I've inadvertently, like I say, taken a province there that we didn't necessarily need as far as our objectives. Remember, I am going to be trying to stick to this as much as possible. So that move there to take Segesta, it wasn't really part of what I should have been doing. So I'm going to try to avoid doing that in future. But that just looked like something that was just too tempting. It was just too tempting. Because now we can upgrade all our troops. Superior weaponry, superior... probably going to be weaponry. Although I think I might actually build that into an armor smith if I can. Okay, so we are going to be moving into Africa as soon as the plague dies down. We'll be moving into Iberia once Africa's done. This will be done after I've been to... Yeah, and then we've got Macedon. Okay, alright, let's continue with the north. I think we've done everything. I don't think there's anything else I can do there now.
We no longer see profit in war, and we offer you peace.
This is the thing, you see, Carthage want peace. Now, Africa is down here, so it's like this part. So I could actually go to war with Libya. Now, if I go to war with Libya, I'm pretty sure... what's this one? Cyrene? I'm fairly sure if I go to war with Libya, I could move over to Cyrene, capture that. I could probably set up trade with the Egyptians, and I can even get auxiliary elephants from Cyrene. So that seems just like a very attractive thing. Now, if I wanted to do that, I'm either going to need to create another army here just to be able to support a march west, or a fleet west. And I'm going to have to worry about an incursion from Carthage. I could sign a peace treaty with Carthage now, because I don't need to be at war with Carthage as far as our objectives are concerned. So I could sign a peace treaty there. And then this army, when it recovers and gets the ballistas, it'll sail south to Libya instead. Go on. It's about managing your wars, I suppose. I don't want to be at war with everybody. I mean, I suppose I could have been at war with everybody. I just need to field more armies, that's all. But I just feel like you need to be careful with your... Oh, dear. So yeah, they've got a force. I'm not too concerned about this. In fact, I'm fairly sure I'm going to be able to defend this quite well. They've got very little... they've got some missile units. They've got cavalry there, but it's only light horse, so I'm fairly sure I'm going to be able to overpower that, wipe out their missile units. They've got... Yeah, it's all light horse, so I'm not really too worried about this. I'm not going to auto-resolve it either. I'm going to fight this on the battle map. It's nice to have a defensive battle now and again, so... I think it's going to be fairly easy to defend this, but hopefully it's still interesting to watch, because I guess that's the point of this, isn't it? It's to be sort of interesting to watch. I'll speed it up if it does start to become a little bit boring. Now they've decided to attack while it's raining, so their missile units are going to be kind of put out by that. I don't know why they didn't wait. We've got cavalry left and right, so I'm probably going to use our auxiliary infantry to guard the flanks. That's probably not the best place. Maybe down here. Let's guard the rear. Where's our... Well, the town square's here actually, so let's put the auxiliary infantry here. Get them on
Extraordinary! Melee troops awaiting orders.
We'll get a forward force. Let's get 4 over in this area, because I think they can cut through the houses here. We'll get 4 over here. And we'll get another one just sort of hanging about in the back, so that is... we've got the Triarii here, so they're going to be pretty good. And it's our general, so I'll keep him at the back. And we'll probably get our cavalry on the flanks as well, just so that they can march... they can gallop up the sides if needs be. I think that's about it. I don't think they can cut through these villages here, so we'll just get started there. Let's get everybody onto guard mode. We'll speed this up a little bit just as they make their approach. I just think all the troops as well. I mean, these socio extraordinary, I'm fairly sure
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
they don't have a missile attack thing there, but I'm fairly sure that they do start the battle with a javelin throw. Lovely. That sort of disrupted their charge a little bit there. We do have another charge coming in here. Oh dear me.
Jupiter gives us strength. Melee troops for Rome.
There was another path in there, which luckily they haven't taken that. They're not going to get the javelin throw off because I've messed it up. No, they might do because they've just stopped. Why did I ever leave the wife?
Romans ready for duty.
So I wasn't zoomed in there, so we didn't see, but there was a nice little javelin throw there as well. As it turns out, I think we can just...
That's me. Riders at the double for the gods.
we can't see where their troops are at the moment, unfortunately.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Alright, they're now closing in.
Melee infantry.
Let's get this army, this unit... Are they going to start with a javelin throw, or are they just going to charge? I think they're just going to charge.
Brave Romans to a man.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Yeah, the cavalry there's committed suicide.
Sons of Mars.
I don't know if they've still got troops in the forests.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Oh, yep, they do. And it's a spear unit, so let's pull back.
Advance. Forward. Riders at the double.
We'll get those shock troops around the other side. We've still got the auxiliary infantry defending there. Let's get them back in formation.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Extraordinary.
Get you ready. Let's get the cavalry for some rear charging. We've got missile units in the back. These Celtic slingers are now undefended, so...
Our hidden units have been discovered.
I don't think the auxiliary infantry are needed on these flanks, but I'll keep them there anyway. We've got the Triarii there. I'll pull them up a little bit. I'll start speeding this up in a minute because I'm fairly sure that now it's not really going to be that much of a challenge, but they have left some spearmen there just to guard the ranged units. So those
units has used all its ammunition.
So those slingers probably are... I don't even have any missile units. I don't know what that guy's talking about. I think it's because our socio extraordinary do actually... yeah, see, they are taking
Advance at speed. Sucky
missile
extraordinary.
attacks. These are shock units, so we are going to do a rear charge in a second.
Has used all its ammunition. Our general is under attack.
So those Celtic slingers are probably picking up a bit of range there, so we'll get rid of that. Yeah, they're just thinking to hell with it and they're going to charge in. These are our... these are not the shock troops, so I'm just going to pull them back a little bit. These are the shock troops. So these are going to prepare for a charge. In fact, these ones here, I'll put them into the flying wedge formation. They're also going to do a charge. Get them grouped up. We want to get the charge bonus in, so charge bonus for these troops is 19, so it's not fantastic or anything, but we'll get the charge anyway. So I think their spear unit has been alerted to an incoming charge. We may well lose a couple of troops there. Yeah, in combat even. I think we'll probably pull these back. Yeah, don't think they're going to cause much of a...
At your service. For glory.
Yeah, we are taking a few losses here with our shock troops because the spearmen turned around.
Orders.
That looks like... oh, I thought that was the general's banner there, but it's not, so... Let's just get another charge. I think it's safe to bring these guys in now. We're going to need us... let's get everybody in. So we are actually getting overwhelmed on the... well, no, we're not losing that much. Which direction are these spearmen facing? I think they are facing our way, although it's not very clear. We've got more spearmen coming in as well, so I'm just going to pull back there. Where's our line looking weakest? I don't think they actually engaged there, so I've just engaged them. I think they are engaged, but it doesn't look like it. Let's get you there. Let's get you there and prepare to charge. Reinforce the line. And Triarii, that's a missile unit. Let's just get you to go take care of this this guy over here, because he's been a bit irritating. Right, let's get another rear charge in here. That looks nice. They've fled. Let's just get everybody in, and now I'll speed it up because it might get a little bit boring to watch. Just go and take care of that. It seems as if they're stopping, doesn't it? I think it might be a chain. Well, the general in the centre there is not so easily spooked. So we're going to get our cavalry out to chase. Yeah, there we go. To be honest with you, I forgot that was a defensive battle, so I should have actually just continued there and chased them down. Because now they're going to get... well, I mean, their army there's been pretty well obliterated, so I don't think they're going to be following up with anything, I don't think. We don't have that many public order problems, I don't think, so we might as well get the gold down, just we'll enslave them. We're going to have issues with loyalty because somebody's just marched straight into our land. Adoption. Another family seeks to adopt one of your characters. We've got a pretty healthy treasury at the moment, so we're going to stop the adoption. Okay, so this is this is the guy I wanted to assassinate. He's now returned back to Rome, so I could potentially assassinate him. Let's look at doing that before we do anything else. Mission issued. Defeat the following army. So this is going to probably be those guys that have just marched straight into... I mean, look at that. It's just like one. I don't think that was the army I was thinking of. It's this one, isn't it? We're not even at war with these and have just marched into my lands. So we're going to have to take care of that. Let's build a temple and... There's not going to be any food problems at the moment, but there may well be later. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to build that, wasn't I? So... I think I will just go for the food just so that they're self-sufficient. Attrition. But as you can see here, the disease has subsided and we're now just going to go sail into Cornelia. We're going to dock.
Going a port. Yes.
And we're going to... can I not... I guess I've got to actually march up my army into the center of Cornelia, and then I can and get my ballistas. And we might get rid of one of our... I don't want to get rid of the Socio Extraordinary, so I might just get rid of one of these instead. Get rid of you. And then we'll get a second ballista. I wouldn't mind getting... You know what? I'm going to get rid of a third one of these. Let's merge them, merge you, and let's get a third ballista. 110 to field, 121 to field that, but our balance at the moment it's all right. Yeah, we've got another watch goose. Lots of geese. Okay, so we've managed to recruit some Tarentine cavalry in Sparta. So this means that this army now is going to go on a forced march. And he's going to make his way to Brundisium. That surely isn't the... yeah, let's go this way. So we've marched back into Greek, well, Athenian lands, which is going to piss them off even more. So as long as they don't do some kind of surprise attack on me, I'm alright. +2 authority when leading an army for Julius Libo. So he's the leader of House Julia again, and he's I think he's the one in the north there. Household expands for our party leader. So he gets 2 public order and +1 authority. He's the one up here, of course, in Segestica. And he's actually just managed to defend against an incursion. We've got our pit mine built in Aida. Our marble quarry has been developed further in Aida. And we've managed to get our temple. And we're going to build the Shrine of Vulcan there. We've already got Latin culture. It's now become more dominant, so I think the bigotry within our political parties will be less of an issue. Now that's a fort. Now let's have a look, because he's marched into my lands then. I'm not too happy about that. So let's have a look at the diplomacy for a second. It was Scodici, I think it's pronounced. And let's see. Now they only have 1 territory as well. Now this has taken me a little bit off track because I don't... Yeah, I don't necessarily want to be distracted here by this. So I don't want to be dragged into another war. We'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. I don't think he's going to attack it. We'll just see where this army goes. Meanwhile, let's deploy our administrator. What is he? Patrician. I forget what the name is. Is it Patrician? Anyway, so he's deployed. Our agent here, we're going to move her across to Medlan and just keep an eye on what's going on there.
A shadow among shadows. Is
And we might even deploy her as well, so she's going to steal some food. We can already see that Midland here is -2 food, and I think that's because of her. They were just to say on the bread line, they just had enough food, but now she's actually causing some issues. We can see there that there's actually an uprising. We can see it's -80, +20 because of course the uprising's taken place, these rebel armies, so that's going to weaken them a little bit. I should really try and take advantage of that, shouldn't I? So I could move this army to the border. The problem is we don't actually have... oh, I'm glad I looked at that, because I wouldn't have wanted that to turn into slums. Like I say, there's no point building auxiliary barracks here, because I'm really not that impressed with what troops they can give me. Obviously, it's a different story, looking at things like the more professional troops, but we're not going to be building them. I'm going to build a temple, that's for sure, and I think I'll build a villa so that they can become self-sufficient. We need to defeat this army. Now, I guess I should... I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to expand a territory here, and we're going to build some auxiliary barracks, because Rome does need a military building as well, I suppose. So let's build it... let's build it here. Let's take this ship and see if we can see how we pose against these. They fled. I just want to double check what they've got here. Yeah, I mean I could take them easily, so let's just do that. And it's going to be over 90%, so it's going to be an auto resolve, but it is going to finish them off, so that's nice. We don't have any public order issues, I don't think, so we'll do that. So how would we describe our troops here? Would they be great marksmen? Destroyers? I think I'll go for great marksmen. And this, of course, is Junius Brutus. Let's remind ourselves who he is. So Junius Brutus, here he is. He is the leader of House Junior. If we look at House Junior, they are loyal. He himself hates barbarians, so that's not a bad thing, given the fact that we're going to be going to war with barbarians. So, not too... Yeah, and his gravitas is pretty good now. Agriculturists, traditionalists, I think that House Junior is going to be pretty easy to keep on side. This is an issue still. Yes, let's look to see if we can assassinate that guy as well. Let's see if we can do that now. -5 loyalty for target party for 2 turns. Now that means that if he dies, it's going to give us +5, because we're losing -10 because he's got a thirst for power. So I think this is going to be a sort of net benefit. I don't think you can lose. I don't think you can you can fail this. Let's see what happens. The assassination was successful, so if it's telling me that, I guess then you could potentially fail, but I've never experienced a failure. Oh, Jesus. It's -16. Because he's a patriot. His successor is a patriot. -5 loyalty for every enemy army present on the player's territory, up to -20. And we're getting -15 because what? How many enemies? -5. Have we got 3 armies in our territory at the moment? Okay, what I'm going to have to do is secure the loyalty. It's clicked on the wrong. Jesus Christ. So we've... that just wasted, like, what was it, about 1,500 gold. So we've secured their loyalty with some deals. We've organised a dinner. We've gotten together. We've managed to negotiate, and we've secured a bit more loyalty. However, this guy's a patriot, and it is still an issue because we've got enemy armies on our land. So let's. I feel like we're gonna have to get rid of him. It means declaring war, but we're gonna have to. We can't accept a foreign army on our lands. It's going to be an auto-resolve because it's over 90%. But we just can't accept a foreign army marching on our lands like that. Again, we're just going to enslave them. And then let's march back to the border. Let's take a look at that. Loyalty's -1 now because we're getting a -10 debuff there. And that's because we've got an army in northern Italy. Where's the other one? I'm not sure where the other one is. Yeah, not sure where the other one is yet, but we'll see that in due course. Figure out where that is. This is interesting. So, barbarian turncoat. It says it's gone to our leader here, but I wonder if we can just assign that to somebody else because.
Ready for orders.
Well, let's take a look. So, if we take a look at this, there's our general. Sorry, he's our general. Quartermaster, a gladiator. Our wife. Yeah, I think it's actually a. Where the hell is it? Oh, I think it's because, yeah, I can actually choose. I wonder if I can assign that to somebody else then. So let's take a look at this guy. He's a general over here. Heroic Saviour, Praetorian Guard, Gladius, Heroic Triarii. Well, he needs one of these anyway. So we're going to have to pick one of these. Experience gain's a good one. So Heroic Triarii is a good one. I think yeah, let's go with that one. Watch Goose and a Galloper. He's currently got loaded dice. His authority is only 4, so I think I might actually give him a Galloper. That's his wife, acid-tongued wife. He's losing authority because of his wife. He may be a general, but he's still an indolent, pathetic little horse. Don't excuse of a man. Yeah, we haven't. Oh, there, barbarian turncoat. So he's currently got +5 armor for all units, but I could increase the melee attack. I'll just keep what he's got. I'll keep what he's got because I think the armor's more important anyway. Okay, let's just review our objectives because it's coming close to the end of the session here that I'm going to do. So let's have a review of the objectives. So we can see here that we've only got another sort of 8 provinces to complete this primary objective. I don't want to complete this primary objective until I've completed all of the bonus objectives, and we're nowhere near doing this. So I'm going to have to stop my expansion. This expansion's fine because the second bonus objective here is not that one. Not that, where is it? Have I missed it? Is it that one? No, it's not that one. It's oh, it's this one. If I take this province here, that's great. It means I can tick this. However, like I said before, I thought with Syracuse, by being allied with them, that I would have considered to be holding all of Magna Graecia. That's not true. And so I do need to go to war with Syracuse, who's currently an ally. So that's going to be tricky to do that one. But look at that, 5,000. I don't want to lose that 5,000. So we may have to sort of expedite breaking these treaties. It's just such a shame. I need to figure out how to do that. We're going to move into Africa. We're going to send a navy down and an army down, and we're going to invade Thapsus or Lepsis, one of these two. But we are going to go to war with Libya, and that means that we're going to hold at least one of these. And then we are going to sort of Morocco area. We're also going to sail and capture that, and that's that objective. some of these are going to be difficult without actually inadvertently... Yeah, this is going to be the first chapter where I'm not going to get all the bonus objectives, I don't think. Which is a shame. We'll definitely be at war with Macedon. That's going to be an easy one. Be the overlord of a client state, maybe even Macedon. I know I can't actually conquer Macedon and be at war with them at the same time, so I have to do one or the other. So I think we're going to conquer Athens. So this is what we're going to do. Athens is going to be the one that I'm an overlord of. As soon as this army here, who is currently double timing to Brundisium, has got the front line up and running, he's going to return. He's then going to get the archers. He is then going to invade Athens. He's going to conquer Athens. He's going to come up to Larissa, and he's going to conquer Larissa, but we're not going to destroy Athens. We're going to make them a client state. That means that we fulfill this objective. Second, we're then going to march north onto Pella, and we're going to take Macedon and wipe them out. So we're going to conquer them, or at least we're going to be at war with them. And then we can deal with these ones. We can deal with these objectives and see how we get on. So in this episode then, we have managed to take Segestica. We've secured our iron mine, and we've now got stronger weapons, or we will when I upgrade it. And we've taken Batavium, so we've got access to iron and glassware, which has bolstered our. I mean, we've spent a few quid as well. That's why we're on 3,000. It was 4,000 at one point. And we're now going to be looking to take these two, and then we might end up going to war with Syracuse before they get any more, before they get stronger than what they already are. I think that's probably what we're going to do in the next episode. We're going to conquer northern Italy, go to war with Syracuse, take Sicily off them, wipe them out, take Athens and make them a client state, and then wipe out Macedon. That's going to be the next episode. But I've been going now for about an hour and a half, so I think I'm going to call it there. So I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching.